That's 5,000 points of damage, and Joey is going to be your YCS Richmond YCS champion. Joey Bellafor.
His first YCS top cut ever, and he's taking home a trophy.
We had over 1,400 duelists, and now we finally have our champion.
I'm a competitive person at heart. My mom was the same way. She told me, oh, you're just like me, you're too competitive. So as soon as I got into locals for the first time, I wanted to get better because I was getting whooped by everybody, you know. It's like it happens to everyone. You come in with a pile of normal monsters and you get whooped by like, what was it? It was like kind of before, like right at Edison format. So I was getting hit by like Mizuki, Goblin Zombie, Absolute Zero, all like the best cards out of that era. And then I wanted to get better. And then I just talked to people, I kept improving. I started doing better. Like I would top locals, win locals, go to regionals. I would like do okay at regionals. I was never great at regionals. Like I said, I never got top 8 at a regional until last year. So I went from no credentials to, a first YCS top and a first win. Before the YCS, me and a couple of my friends were like taking it pretty seriously, right? Because we had just had a YCS Indie like a few weeks before that, and we tested for that a little bit. I say a little bit, I don't test a whole lot, but we tested for that, and then there's a little gap between that and Richmond, and they're like, Joe, we need a test, I flaked on them so many times. I was like, I'm like tired, or I'm gonna like hang out with my girlfriend or something. And so I got almost no testing leading up to the event. I had just locals. Like I would play locals Wednesday, Saturday, and that was it, which is okay for testing, but it's not good because you don't play against all really good players. You get a wide range, and it can skew how you think about certain decks and cards and stuff. So yeah, I wasn't very prepared at all going to the event. I wanted to just go have fun with my friends and just like eat some decent food in Richmond, Like the event was secondary to the friendships. Day 1 started, I was so tired, hadn't eaten, and then I had already lost round 2, I believe, and tied round 3. So I was 1-1-1 after round 3, and I was thinking to myself, like, should I just drop and go sleep in the hotel room, maybe get some food, because I'm hungry or whatever. And my friends were like, we'll keep playing or whatever. So I'm like, I'm here, might as well play. So I took the matches one at a time. I just played the best that I could play, and then I somehow did not lose from that round till I didn't lose. I kept winning, so that's what happened. Day 2 of Richmond was my second day 2 ever, so I was feeling nervous, but not as nervous as if it was my first time up there, because I day 2'd at Indy, but I lost, so I didn't top that one. Yeah, so I was definitely like nervous, but I tried to just ignore it in the matches, be nervous outside the matches, and then when the next match starts, just try to turn it off. Unchained is like, it's one of those decks that like it is really, really rewarding the more you learn about the how the hands play, because it's like a mid-rangey style, and your lines can change drastically based on the cards you open. And I liked how you always had access to any of the other cards in your deck whenever you wanted. They all pop and search a different one, so you could use them to access the tools that you needed to build the board you needed to win. And I thought the deck played cool. I like the cards. They're all like demon dogs and dudes with like giant like shackles and stuff. Like they look cool. Like I wanted to play that deck, and like I didn't know if it was the best deck at the event, but it was the deck I had the most fun playing with. So that's what I went with. Top 8 specifically was crazy to me because I played against Steven Santoli, who had just won the YCS prior to that, and I knew that he was on the top of his game. I knew he was sharp. I knew he was playing a lot, testing a lot. And I accepted defeat before I sat down. I'm like, top 8, I'm good enough. I was good enough at top 32. I'll take top 8. I'll just die, gracefully, and then go get some dinner because I was hungry, or lunch or whatever. So I sat down and we played a really good match, and I just barely got the edge on him. And the whole match I was thinking, this guy's like really good. Like I'm gonna lose, but I clutched it out. And after the match, he explained this really intricate line that how he could have won the game, and I'm like, I tried thinking it through, and I kind of followed what he was saying, but all I was thinking, I was like, this guy, he loses, and the first thing he does is talk to me about like the 16 things he should have done differently. The top 4 was against Chris LeBlanc, and that was my first time, on stream, because I had never taught before, so that I had no experience. It was nerve-wracking. They had a person, she was great, by the way. She kind of calmed our nerves. She told us how it works on stream. Of course, Chris has done it many times, so like he's not really like, he's like not nervous at all, probably. She's explaining everything. I gotta get mic'd up just like this, and you gotta put all your belongings away in a bag or in a box. They had like 2 like chests on each side of the thing. They're like, oh, you're red player, so you put all your stuff in the red box. And I'm like, there's just so much like stuff going on, like that it's like distracting. Cause I need to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I can't do this, but I just try to just ignore it and just get through the stream. But it helped a lot because I had like a bunch of my friends watching like right at the venue itself, so it felt like it was more comforting knowing I had people like supporting me, Standing to the side of Billy Brake when he was announcing me and my opponent Jack, it was insane. Like I'm like standing next to Billy Brake, who I've watched since I was a kid. Like, he used to win and top all the time back in the day. And I had so much respect for that guy. And just to see him like asking me questions, talking to me, like, what do I think about the game, the match, like all this stuff, like he valued my opinion so highly, felt like really cool. I'm like, wow, like you guys like know I exist. Like I'm a guy that you can talk to and ask things that like you might want to know. So that was really cool. And then my opponent, it was funny. I felt like I was looking at myself in a way, because it was also his first, I think it was his first top, and it's obviously his first finals. So it was just 2 guys who have never made it here before, like battling it out. And you can probably see it during the match, we were smiling and joking the whole match. Like we were fine taking first or second. Like we were just happy to be there. So it made for a really like fun, relaxed match as far as the finals can go. My mind started going crazy. I was like, oh my God, I got this. I can win now. Like I have to do this. I made a play where I summoned, I think, only 2 monsters to play around Nib, and I went straight to battle phase, because those 2 monsters can do 8,000 if you play it a certain way. So I'm like, okay, he's at 8,000. I have 8,000 on board with only 2 summons. Let me just kill him. And I got punished so hard because the card I thought was Nib he was holding in his hand was a Druis Worm. So he was able to body block the damage, not die, and then he nibbed me after. So I lost my board. I lost what I thought was going to be game, and I thought I was going to lose. I was like, that was crazy. I lose now. Like I can't be mad. I played around Nib, lost to Druis Worm, whatever. But it didn't end. He didn't beat me because his hand wasn't very good. So he gave me another turn. I top deck, I think, a Rhino Warrior. I set him, and then I had a Ruha in hand to pop him, and then something. I think that's how it was. And then I ended up, comboing off, had enough damage to kill him, and then it was over. And it was crazy. I thought I was gonna lose like 3 times during that match. Winning was so like surreal because I had been, between top 32 and the finals, I've been playing all day. So like I was so burnt, so like thirsty, tired, hungry, everything, that like the emotions didn't come until much after. When I was up on stage after I won, like I was like not like survival mode, but like I didn't feel like I was in my own body. It's like almost like an out of body experience. Like I couldn't believe I was up there and like doing that, and like that had happened. And then I think the first time I really started to feel it was in my winner's interview when Billy asked me if I had a message to players, and I had told him that I had teared up in the winner's interview, and it was so awkward because they kept the camera on me after when I was sitting there with like the tears filling my eyes, and I'm like trying not to. I'm like, don't cry, don't cry. I want players to know that you don't like people that win events and top events are not like special, like like high, almost like gods, like that, like, oh, they're this guy, he's gonna top this, he's gonna win this. Like anyone can do it. You have to have the right mindset. You have to put a little bit of the work.
That's 5,000 points of damage, and Joey is going to be your YCS Richmond YCS champion. Joey